Yo, we live. You're now listening to Volume 80 of the Bucket Up Podcast. Here with your boy Ty Doyle, aka DJ Buttersauce, aka Ty Lante, aka your mom called me over for some foot rubs. And I'm here as always with the homie, the kid JB. Was good.
Yo, it's the kid JB. Living good, happy to be here. It's it's me, the kid JB. Could have been right last week. Mr. Told You So, not because I'm always right, but when I'm right, I told you so. Yeah, man, Mr. Bracket's been busted, bro. I know you guys have been watching March Madness, and nobody saw Texas Tech and Virginia going. So whoever said they did, you lying. But what's your bracket look like?
I can see Virginia in there because they're number one, but yeah, all these other teams, nah.
Yeah, but they were like a soft number one. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know what that means. I mean, I get it.
There's four number ones, so like they were like the fourth best one.
Were they? I don't remember.
Yeah,
but
I think it was Duke, Gonzaga, UNC.
Oh yeah, they were the last ones. Okay, so they were just the fourth best team in the nation according to.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense, but whatever. Yeah, your bracket's busted too. Shut up.
No, it is. I was just saying, like, Virginia being there is whatever. I think most people didn't have all these other teams. Like, who the fuck had Auburn? Who had Texas Tech? Maybe you throw Michigan State in there. But yeah, nah, it's definitely out here. And Virginia lost to a 16 seed last year, so I get what you're saying.
Yeah, and a little bucket background for the sports fans and those that are not, for everybody included. The March Madness tournament now is down to the last the final four, if you will. And now the championship teams are playing Monday. But there was a controversial call, and it's so funny, man, because people are hypocrites, and I'm starting to realize the people that are happier in life are the hypocrites that admit they're hypocrites, because that's what this world is. It's just full of hypocrites and the ones that just admit. So what I'm getting at, guys, for everyone that knows about sports, there was a controversial call.
I don't think it was controversial, but you got
it. You're going to agree. I'm going back to the NFC Championship game, the Saints and Rams. There was a controversial no call on the pass interference, and everybody was very upset that the refs didn't get involved at the very end of a crucial part of the game, correct?
Right.
This go around, there was a blatant penalty that in basketball, when there's a blatant penalty, you got to go by the rules.
Mm-hmm.
And it was in a very crucial time of the game. They were down 3 points. They were down 2 points, and the Virginia player got fouled attempting to shoot a 3-pointer, and he got sent to the foul line and got free throw line and got 3 foul shots, made all 3, and they won by 1 point, advancing to the championship. Now there's cries of people complaining that the refs got involved. So. My bad. The hypocrisy part, all I'm getting at is that people want the refs to get involved, and then they don't want them to get involved, and you can never win. You saw that shit, bro?
Yeah, like I'm with you because I'm like, I get that you don't want the game decided by like a referee whistle, but if that's the case, like if we don't do that, then motherfuckers can just foul people and get away with it. Like, dude didn't close out correctly. He hit the guy in his legs while he was in the air, ball still in his hand. Like, that's a foul, bro. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Like, he fouled him. The dude still had to go to the fucking free throw line with the fucking season on the line and knock down all 3 free throws, which is we've seen throughout the tournament. Mad kids, they're kids, but like even just normal people, like everybody's watching you, everybody on TV watching you. You're gonna some people missing those free throws. Dude just walked up and calmly hit 3 free throws for them to go to the championship game. So that shit is G. But like, yeah, I mean, I guess earlier they missed like a travel call or a double dribble. But to me, that was all like Auburn kind of fucked themselves because they were up 4, and instead of fouling, because they were trying to foul later on, they decided not to, and then to do can to 3 to bring it to 1 point, and that's kind of where the game kind of changed. Like,
yeah. So anyway, madness ensued, and that is March Madness. But for the buckets that don't like. And for the buckets that don't like sports, man, hey, pretty much what we just got done saying was some shit went down, and some other people think that it shouldn't have went down. Okay, boom.
Yeah. Sports fans are hypocrites. My homie Zach, shouts to Zach, he was on the pod. when we used to go to our basketball games in college, we'd always like, there'd be a foul called on us, and we'd be like, "Yo, boo, refs," even though that was the correct call. You know what I mean? Like just how it is,
Yeah, it's just more upset, frustration. But hey, man,
Yeah, this
how
sucks. It's whatever. I get it.
how was your weekend, bro?
My weekend was cool. I'm always kicking back, relaxing. Friday, I didn't really do much of shit. Kind of came here, relaxed, and then I went and saw a movie. I went and saw Shazam Friday night with Katie and the homie Big Trav. Shouts to him. As
AKA
always,
been at the movies.
AKA we gotta name him like executive producer or something.
No, AKA director's cut.
Yeah. So sorry. Went to go see Shazam. And most people rag on DC movies, understandably, because they've been trash. You had, Justice League garbage. You've had Superman, the second Superman movie, or the first Superman movie was like okay. And you got, all these Batman versus Superman was also garbage. And so, they had a nice little run. They had Wonder Woman, which was good, but then they had Suicide Squad, which is also terrible. Just probably one of the worst superhero movies I've ever seen. And then, they've been kind of making their way back with Aquaman, and they came out with Shazam, which I think so far was probably the best DC movie.
Is Dark Knight DC?
It is, but like it's not in the universe that it is now. Like before, it was just kind of like a one-off back when movies used to just be one-offs. But now in these day and age, a comic book movies, everything got to be tied together and shit. So like in terms of the DCEU tying all the comic book movies together, like they've mostly been trash aside from 3 movies. So this is probably the best one. Trav, my only complaint about it is there's obviously corny parts. Like the movie, if you don't know, Shazam is literally about a little kid getting powers, and like the powers, like you watch Power Rangers, right?
Of course, man. I told you I grew up. I was one of the Power Rangers.
There you go. Do you remember Power Rangers Turbo?
I do. That was with the car shit, right?
Yeah, and the Blue Ranger was a kid, but like when he morphed,
that was me. That was me, man.
Yeah, when he morphed, he became an adult-sized person for some reason, which made no sense.
That's what I thought puberty was.
That's essentially this movie. Like it's a little kid, like
puberty.
It's more magic than people think, but like he meets a wizard or whatever, and like when he says the wizard's name, he becomes like a superhero. It's like and it's kind of like a little kid dream come to comic book life, and so obviously there's gonna be corny parts in that. You know what I'm saying? So there's like corny parts because it's for little kids, but there's a lot of fun, a lot of good action scenes. There's a lot of funny parts. Like it's very funny. It's probably the funniest DC movie that they've had. Shouts to Zachary Levi, he killed it. I give it like 4.3 out of 5 bucket hats.
Oh, nice, man. Good for you. Shouts to that. I will say, shouts to Joelle. She watched Dark Knight because we talked about how Heath Ledger. Actually, no. We saw the trailer for the Joker movie that's coming out, and then I talked about how nothing will ever top Heath Ledger's role as Joker. So, but yeah, shouts to you watching a good movie. I watched a horrible movie on Netflix. Surprise, surprise. A movie called The Clapper with Ed Helms.
Oh, God.
Is about I thought it was about a girl, man, making them things clap. Nah. It was it was about Ed Helms, who is a background extra actor in like infomercials, and then becomes like the lead in one, and just can't handle the fame. And a girl that
infomercial,
right? And I thought he was just an introvert, and I thought that it was gonna like be a whole different thing based on the description. It was just like, oh, in the description it was like guy that can't handle the fame once he's the main object in an infomercial or some shit. So I thought it would be different. But then it was pretty much just him not enjoying it because he was an introvert. And there was a girl that he liked that worked at a gas station, but he never really like had her phone number or anything like that. And one day she just stopped working at the gas station. And the whole movie was just about finding her.
Okay.
And I was just like, this is bad.
Did you finish the movie?
Yeah, I actually did. And yeah, 1 out of 5 bucket hats.
But I said that can't 1 out of 5. That could be a podcast, like a literally podcast series in and of itself, of just somebody watching every movie on Netflix, like Netflix original, and just being reviewing it. Sounds miserable, but yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'd do it if someone paid me. I just that movie sucked. And even Joelle went to bed. She's like, this movie sucks. I was like,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's how it works.
But anyway, another turn of events. Oh, that was really funny too. Is also Joelle's like, how much longer are you gonna watch this movie? I'm like, well, let me wait till the plot twist. She's like, well, you I mean, it doesn't seem like there's gonna be a big plot twist, and there really never was.
Mm.
But for a plot twist on y'all, I went out this weekend. I don't know why, but shouts
you
to
didn't have any reason. You just went.
my boy Rod. He was in town, and my boy Styles. They were in town. They both. One of them lives in LA. The other lives in like far Buckeye, Arizona, because they both work for a business out there. And they every time they try to come back in town, Rod's single and wants to mingle. So he's always like, yo, can we go to Scottsdale? I'm trying to go to Scottsdale. Can you come out? And the world knows that Scottsdale, Arizona is not for JB at all in the slightest.
I feel like it's only really for white people. Like older, somewhat rich white people.
Right.
And then like, girls, mostly white girls on the prowl.
It is just not, and just not only white dudes, it's just also for the very it's just a whole different mindset. It's people trying to impress other people, and that's not who I am as a human, right? And it's just not for me. So I always implore that, and I'm just like, no, man, no. But I try to meet halfway in the middle, and I'm like, yo, can we get some sushi or some shit? And I'll get a drink with you guys, and then you guys can go on your merry way, and I'll go home. And they're like, yeah, maybe we could do that. And then what happens, Ty? We end up going. We don't end up doing that ever. So same shit. I meet up at Rod's apartment or condo. That's the reason he was in town. Get this. He owns a condo that he rents out to people. And the previous renter was Buda Baker, the safety for the Cardinals.
Whoa.
So he was moving out because he got a contract. And so then Rod, was coming here to like clean out the place and stuff. And that's why he's here in town. And oh shit. And what was I gonna say? So that that's where they want to go every time. And I was like, nah, man, no. And they kind of gave me a guilt trip, and they're like, you're a hard dude to hang out with, man. And I was like, I'm really not. Like I kind of tell you guys what I want to do. I want to smoke and get food.
Right. Like, that's simple.
Right. I'm just like, I'll go anywhere as long as there's food.
And they're like, nah, bro, we're gonna go out. You're gonna spend $20 on a cover charge. Let's go.
Yeah, they're like, come on, man. We want you to stand around. So then this is what we end up doing. We go to a bar, which we went to Bevy in Scottsdale, and we literally just stood in the back of the bar the entire time for 3 hours, and they chain smoked cigarettes. Wow. And Rod never talks to one girl, and I'm like, bruh, how are you gonna, in order to get a girl, man, you gotta go after them. You can't. They're not gonna come to you. Right. So anyway, but shouts to him, man. It was great to see him. It's funny. It's like a Seinfeld episode when me and him hang out, man, because we have really funny dialogues, I think.
That's fun.
But funnier is shouts to Kells from Digital Airstrike. I ran into him at the bar.
The homie, what up, cuz?
And it was mad funny because I'm just chilling. And when you see me in a bar, I look so out of element, man. And it's me. I do it to myself. Like, same with if I have homies that smoke cigarettes and they ask me to buy them cigarettes and I'm, holding them or buying them, I act so awkward. It's like cringy. I'll be like, oh, here's your cigarettes, man. And like, I just look like I'm a Lego character because I'm just walking like in a box, just like, oh, here's your cigarettes. Same with alcohol and all that shit. So I'm just standing at the bar, right? And I just see someone kind of grilling me, or not grilling at me, but staring at me in the corner of my eye. And it's Kel. And then he slowly just creeps at me. And he just has like that look at me like, And the first thing I say to him, I was like, "Yo, don't ask me why I'm here, dog."
That's what he was thinking though. Like,
Yeah,
hey,
that's the
what
first.
do
He's
you
like, "Bro,
do
I
here?
didn't." He's like, I didn't know if it was you, but I was like, I knew it was you, so I didn't know what to do. So I kind of just waited for you to say something." And I was like, "Yeah, man, my friend's in town, and I don't want to be here, bro. Like, trust me, this is the last spot, but this is funny as fuck." And he's
That's
like, "Yeah,
fine.
yeah." So not only do I look out of pocket right there, so he turns around for a little bit and starts like talking to some other people. And then meanwhile, my boy Rod, he always does this. He tries to buy everyone drinks.
Mm-hmm.
And I told him, I'm like, dude, no, I'm not drinking anything. Like, just get me a Diet Coke or some shit. And he buys like 9 tequila shots or some shit, right? And you know when people stack them and they look like you're holding it, like whatever. So he's like, here, hold this while I sign my credit card thing. And I'm holding this shit. And right when I'm holding it, Kels turns back around and sees me holding it. And Kels knows I don't drink like that. And between me being in the club and now this, he looks at me and goes, "You look weird as fuck, dog."
Like, yo, what's going on? This is alternate universe.
Right. And that's when we started cracking jokes about the Twilight Zone.
That's what I got because I got the snap. I seen it.
Yeah. And
But
we were saying, like, it's funny how people make jokes about the Twilight Zone, how people make references like, man, I feel like I'm in the Twilight Zone. It's like, that's the only time people reference that. No one's ever really watched the shit.
no, not it's old as shit, bro. I think they just know that it's just somewhere odd. But that's funny because we just talking about on the last pod, shouts to the people who continuously listen about being awkward at the club, and of course you end up going there, no fault of your own. You're trying to hang out with the homie. Now again, like that's when I can do it. I can go and kick it for a little bit. It's just funny because only people who really be clamoring to go be single people, and then they don't enjoy. I don't even think single people enjoy the experience because, like you said, homeboy don't talk to nobody. Girls go to be seen by guys, but they don't actually want guys to talk to them because guys are fucking creepy. So, like, you know what I mean? It's all like a weird dichotomy. You know what I mean?
And then I had an epiphany, and a lot of people agreed with me, which is always great. Is I felt that, listen, I'm starting to think people that enjoy those type atmospheres, and no shade, but it's just an opinion, is that people with enhanced personalities like you and I, shouts to us.
Okay.
We don't need any extra ambiance to enjoy the interactions with people we enjoy. So when I'm with friends like you or Joel or my Rod or Styles, I could be like we were in their condo, cracking jokes, having a good ass time.
Right.
Just like you spoke on last week about how you guys could have just partied with the group you were with, and then going to the bars was more secondary.
Right.
I feel like a lot of people bank on that added ambiance and that added provision of like lights, camera, action, so it can kind of like platform their night and propel it a little bit. And
I think it's more of a like the club bars. The scene is more like the aspirational, like the things that you're sold about it. Like, oh, I'm supposed to have a good time there, so like I'm supposed to want to go and have a good time there, so that's why you go there. But it's like once you get there, it's kind of weird because as every man for themselves. If you don't like, if you're not really, if you're in a relationship, obviously you're not trying to be out and mingle and shit. And like if you don't have the confidence to go talk to people or like dance around people without fearful of the chance of getting roasted or some shit, then you kind of just on your own chilling, and then it's like what's even the point,
right. And I just was saying, like, with the people I'm with, that's all I care about when I go out with them to the bar, just because that's what they want me to do, right? It's like, all right, well, I'm only going because you're here.
Right.
I think about, it's like, man, if we were just like at a karaoke bar or some low key shit, it'd be 10 times more fun because it's just us. Whereas we're just talking to each other. That's just my logic. I'm not shading the people that actually utilize the bar and dance, mingle, talk to strangers and shit. But if we're just gonna post up in the back the entire time,
you could have done something else more fun.
We could have done Dave and Buster's,
and it would have been fire.
It would have been fire. But 6 of us playing games, cracking jokes, and that's it. Like, we're yelling over the music to be like, yo, so how's work been, bro? And it's like, we don't need all this.
Right, exactly.
So, yeah.
Bars are cool if it's just chilling. you know, like a
A-
cool
And
bar. Like,
and hey, if you're trying to mingle and go ham, and there's a lot of options. I'm not gonna lie. There's definitely plenty of guys and girls, like whatever your avenue is. But that's like if that's what your lane is. But for me, I have a girlfriend. I'm not interested in meeting anyone. I have enough friends.
and
Like there's no purpose for me there.
then you just spend it. You just all you're doing is spending more money than you would on
Money
a drink.
and effort just to be out there amongst a group of people. Dude, it's just like, and I know this is a wild analogy, but it's like me hanging out at a tennis club and being like, "Oh, you guys play tennis? I don't.
I'm
This is
just here. I don't
I'm
really like watching it either.
I don't like it.
I'm just chilling in the back.
I haven't really played in a while or if ever. I'm not gonna be good at this. Like I don't. It's just not me, And it's just so funny how I will say though a big difference between like Arizona and back home and shit like that, or other cities, Jersey, whatever, or Chicago, the bars are like here. Arizona is a little segmented in that sense. Like Mill Avenue is college kids.
Right.
Scottsdale is like millennials slash like 30 to 40-year-olds. And then Gilbert and Chandler is like the family crews and biker crews and shit.
And Glendale too. Don't forget the
Yeah, so then
West Coast.
and Glendale is I don't really know the population out there, but that's
Yeah,
you.
it's just fun. You go to Westgate. I mean, people be at the bars, the Whiskey Rose and shit. But obviously that's what that is.
Yeah. Those actually would be more fun because then like you have a more of a mix of like there's no expectation of like oh you're not in college like on Mill there's an expectation like if you're at the bar you should be at ASU type shit.
Right.
Yeah. But anyway, it holds true. I hate going out. Don't invite me.
Yeah, that was a nice little follow up to what we were talking about. One random. I was gonna ask too. Like, what's the like? Is there a feel difference in how out of place you feel? Like if you go out in Scottsdale versus like if you go out in Mill, which used to be old stomping grounds and shit.
uh Actually, yeah, it's funny that you say that. There's more of a silver lining when I'm in Scottsdale. I give it more agency in the sense that Mill, I feel like super washed if I'm there because
Because it's college, right?
it's college and it's like I already done, got a billion rushing yards down there. You know what I'm saying?
All right, and then you also like even if you were single,
And then
like if
and
you're
like
single, but you like, yo, these chicks are young as hell.
my biggest fear is being recognized as like Frank the Tank from like from old school. And like my biggest fear is like also like homies that have little brothers and shit that I run into at the bars and they be like, Burke? Yo,
Yeah.
he's an ASU legend. Like I don't want that shit. Like as cool as they make that seem in Van Wilder, like I don't want that.
Nah, do you guys have like a because we got that shit at my college and I haven't been able to go. I want to. I like because like it's like a big thing, but you guys have like an alumni weekend or anything like that?
They have they do it through the alumni like association or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like it's just kind of a way to get money back from you again. It's like you sign up for it and then they fly you out for like some football games and stuff. And I don't know.
Yeah. See us, we just have one, and it's like all the alumni. They come back. They're going to house parties. They come for a basketball game. They go to some house parties. The bar is packed to shit that weekend, which is kind of annoying. When I used to go there, I was just like, man, what the fuck? But now I'm like, that shit would be fire because it's like all the people are back there, and it's not just like these young ass kids.
Yeah, that'd be fun, man. I mean, a lot of the people I know are now like moms and dads and shit, but
All right.
yeah, I mean, I give it a go. I give it a go. Oh, shouts to reunions, real quick. Side note again is shouts to all my Jews out there, bro. I just got a call from Israel, not from Israel, but from
Israel.
from the program that sends motherfuckers to Israel.
Oh
The
yeah, that's right.
birthright cutoff used to be 27 years old. Guess what, man? They extended it to 33.
Oh wow, you about to go?
About to go, fam.
Hey, go back to the motherland.
The other motherland, because my people's from Poland, so I don't. I mean, I guess they originally I mean, they's people's. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know. You know what I meant.
You know what they? Hey,
That's cool. Y'all got that. I wish they did that for African people. Like people. I mean, I don't know what African country I'm from.
dude. Hey, same. Just like hey, I tell you what. Just like I got the pass to Wakanda, I can get you in Israel, dog.
There you go.
We just say you an Israelite.
Oh, that's what's up. I thought you were about to go into high school because like my high school reunion was coming up, and
Not
I'm like, bro, I fuck with everybody. Everybody from high school that I still fuck with. Those people that I care about, and I'm not about to go to that shit.
that's funny that you said like, oh, yeah, I didn't go to mine, and a couple of people hit me up saying they missed me, and I was like, yeah, well, follow me on the follow me on the pod, bro.
I'm like, bro, it's all right. We don't even need them anymore. We got Facebook. What do you need to? I know what everybody's doing. Unfortunately,
you know what the new flex is too, man. Yeah, I love this episode. We just vented. The new flex is you know how people be throwing 97 wedding pictures up and 97 engagement pictures.
Mm-hmm.
The new defensive flex is already admitting how obnoxious it is.
Yeah, but still doing it. Right? Like you already know that it's fucking annoying as hell. But then that kind of eases in. That's kind of my life philosophy, low bar and that shit, bro. Straight up. Jesse. Well, this is like the worst one that's ever happened. Let's splice two of these motherfuckers together.